and welcome back to the farm. It is May. We're getting into our first cut of silage for the year. We're going to be hooking up to this piece of kit here. Things are going fairly well. We've managed to get in a load of extra barley, which hopefully I'll be able to show you today because we're going to be cutting fairly near it. But yeah, much bigger than the first field, which is excellent. I'm considering putting in another field of crop as well, another field of barley. We've got a few bits of a few seeds left, so we might do that. We're be using this. This is a New Holland disc vine. It is actually, I don't know. This is normally something you'd see more across the pond in the States. So I don't know quite how this made its way into the farm sale, but should be a pretty good piece of kit for us. Max 2 is quite good. So yeah, this is a fairly odd setup for the UK to see one of these mowers, but as I said, it should do us fairly well. Maneuvering it out of this shed is going to be fun though. Or maybe I can use the arm a bit to my advantage. Let's unfold it. Yeah, look at that. And then we'll fold it back in again. And that brings it nicely out of it. And then with that out of there, we can head out and around. And both of our fields are actually accessible from the main road. We've got no direct roadway really. Through the farm here onto these fields. I might build a gateway through at some point and go through. Or I should say the greenhouses are doing great. They are bringing us in a nice little tidy income at the moment. They're keeping the farm going quite nicely. We made about $2.5 grand off just those two greenhouses last month, which is not bad at all. So the area I'm thinking of putting some more crop in is sort of the bottom end of this field. There's a whole, in fact we want to cut this one, so we'll back up. But from the point at which we come into the field up here, there's a nice little section at the top that we could just plant with crop above here. And then we've got this huge, great field at the top that is then all grass, and then just a nice little crop bit at the bottom would work well for us. Let's bring this down, turn it on. There we go, and drop it down. Perfect. Now I want to get this road and collected fairly quickly today. I think I'm going to be, I'm going to do this field today, and then probably over the next couple of days do the one next door, simply because that way I can get it all in, and we can get it all up to our BGA and get that all done and dusted, and yeah, start getting some, hopefully start putting some stuff in there that allows us to create a good set of silage that we'll then sell at the BGA, get us some more income, and get us also get us some feed for some cows, because I still want to get some cows, still want to get the dairy farm working. It's going to be a bit of a drain on our income the first year, the dairy farm, but in order to get the farm up and running fully and start expanding a little bit, I think we're going to need to get that running as soon as we can. Basically, getting as many sources of income in as possible. We have some fairly large fields here, which I think, just for my own sanity, for what we've got with tractors, with the equipment we've got, is going to be fairly important to split up. So yeah. We'll see how we go, but at the moment I think we're doing fairly well. Been going a couple of hours and the mower's performing quite well. We've got it nicely lined up behind us and going around the field. This field, one of the nice things about this farm is the size of these grass fields. I mean, they are absolutely huge. The amount of silage we should get off these and the amount of support that these will eventually give to the cows is going to be absolutely brilliant. I think for the summer cut, we'll probably actually make a load of hay and make some good feed for the cows as well. Although we've got a really good drying day today, and actually for the next few days, I want to make sure that we have a good base of silage and a good load of money coming in, because as we get closer to harvesting the barley, I'm going to want to possibly get a hold of a harvester or something, especially if we're looking at doing something like the top end of this field, turning it into another bit of arable land. It wouldn't make much difference actually to turn the top of this field into sort of this bit round the corner here into another field. It would use up the remaining barley that we have, I think, on the farm, or get most of the way there. Give us 3 fields of that to cut this year, and then somewhere to go from there. Yeah, it's we have a good set of options, but you can see what I mean by this being a nice little area that we could put another arable field in. So a little bit of a dog leg in this field, and somewhere where we could do with getting sort of clearing out a little bit. I think it kind of depends on how this farm develops, I think, over time. At the moment, I'm trying to keep my costs down. I'm fairly sure that I could get hold of a second-hand harvester fairly cheaply, or just hire one for our first bit of work, our first year on here. Either way, yeah, we could this top end of the field would make a nice little extra bit. And look at the size of this. This is just, I've been at this a couple of hours now, and we are yeah, we still got a really decent amount of this field to go. But this JCB is still holding up well. It's still I'm very pleased with the purchase. This is a great tractor, this, and actually this mower is working quite well as well. I do think it might be worth investing in a front mower, speed this job up, especially considering we've got another similar sized field just the other side of the hedge. So I think I'm going to be keeping my eye out for a front mower. This tractor has the horsepower to handle it, so yeah, it would I think it would be worth it to get one. We're down to the fiddly triangle at the center of the field now, and it's lots of picking the mower up, spinning, coming around, and just trying to get this to be cut as quickly as possible and finished off. I'm going to go and get the windrower after this, get this field rode up as well, because with actually the good weather we're having, it's not overly hot, but it is a nice breeze, so it's drying off fairly nicely at the moment. We want to get this up because, yeah, we don't want hay from this. We actually want to get the silage off it. So yeah, a little bit more and we'll get it done, and then it will be done and dusted. And it's just going to do it in two more passes, and then we're done. Perfect. And then I go ahead, yeah, back up to the yard with this, and we'll go and get the windrower on and get this field rowed up today as well. I've got the windrower on the back now, the little Potinger that we got, and just wanted to show you this. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic to see. This is our barley growing nicely, coming up. We've got a few weeds actually in here that we could possibly get rid of with a weeder, but yeah, we're probably going to end up spraying those off later. At the moment, it's all good because if I run a weeder over it, I'm likely to end up with still end up with some weeds later on. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We might try and run a weeder over it. We'll see how we go. But all in all, they're looking pretty good and pretty healthy. So I'm very pleased with the spring barley. As I said, we've got sort of the extra bit on this field, what I call the extra bit on this field, but basically from this corner across to that tree, that there would probably do us as a pretty good as a pretty good extra arable field up here. And once we've got this grass collected off it, I think it might be a really great idea to get that sorted. You actually see the difference in colour between the other grass field and the top end of it. That is our other field of barley. It's quite a large field, that. Yeah, there's going to be quite a good harvest off that. Right, I'm going to get this unfolded and set up and start getting some windrowing done, I think. Finding doing this grass work a really relaxing job to do. You know, you're spending a lot of time in the fields just driving around, piling up the grass, cutting the grass, and yeah, we're going to be getting the forage wagon on it later. And yeah, it's just nice and relaxing and a nice, easy job to be doing. Even if my my inexperience is showing with the little bits of grass I'm leaving, but yeah, it's working out well. This, we should be able to get a decent amount of silage off this field, and yeah, in doing that, a decent amount of money going forwards. There we go. And yeah, get the BGA running and creating some nice, clean local energy. Like so. There we are. So yeah, we've got this little bit done. We've still got the rest of this field left to do. Back down to the fiddly bit again. So I'm just trying to get this to row up, and where am I? There I am. All right. Yeah, we're into sort of the triangle at the end of the field, and trying to make sure that all of this gets rowed up fairly easily. It's a fairly decent yield we've had on here, all things considered. I mean, we've not treated the ground with any fertilizer this spring or herbicide or anything like that, so it's just sort of a straight initial cut, this. But there is a lot of grass here. It you know, we have a fair amount, so we should be able to get this all up to the PGA. We're gonna go and get the forage wagon in a moment, just to get this field finished up and collected today. As I said, I got one other field that I need to go and do this to, so I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of days, and then hopefully that will be job done, so that we can enter the summer. Get this field fertilized, get our barley fertilized. We're going to be getting, as I was saying before, I think we're going to be getting the top end of this field, this little that little rectangle up there, using up the barley seed and get a late planting of that in there. Whether it'll actually come to anything, I don't know, but I could do with the extra. I could do the extra straw, to be honest. Right, there we go. So turn that off, and we're going to go and get this back to the farmyard and switch over for the forage wagon now. and see if we can get this all collected up and into the silo, ready for doing some compacting once we've got the second field cut. So this is our forage wagon here, this class. I want to get this hooked up. There we go. Yeah, it's Quantum 3800K. Holds about 35,000 litres of well, whatever you fill it with. So yeah, should be really good. I'm gonna just get it up. See, it extends quite nicely up this to take a considerable amount. But we'll see how well it does and how well it fares. Seems to go on the back of this JCB quite nicely. So there is that. This is quite a weird junction around here. That way, yeah, leads back off to town. Right, and down here. And as always, we're starting in this corner. So I'll start it up, drop it down, and hopefully we'll get. Yeah, that's filling up fairly quickly. That's great news. We've made it almost completely round the field. That is a considerable amount of silage that we've got, or considerable amount of grass that we've got kicking around this field. Yeah, this is gonna pay us really well, and really early on. I'm so pleased. This may even be, well, it depends on how much it sells for, but this could be combine buying territory, especially a second-hand one. Forage wagon's been working quite well. We're up to about 175,000 litres in the silage clamp. We've only got a little bit of field left to do, and once we get this done, I think we're going to end up with over 200,000. I'd be surprised if we didn't have at least 210,000 litres of grass in our silo. I think it might be slightly more than that. This is still filling up at a fairly good rate. I'm thinking we may have 220,000 litres in there, which will be really good. I mean, that is going to be absolutely brilliant. We do have some stuff lower half of field 34 where we've not planted barley. That is grass as well. As I said, I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of days. That should give us a little bit more. We might get another 70,000 litres off there. If we do, that would be good. That would be nearly 300,000 litres of grass for making silage off of these two fields, which would be, yeah, absolutely brilliant. That would set us up very, very nicely, and we can go from there. The thing I do need, and it probably is going to be something I'm going to have to go and buy, is going to be a silage blade, I think, to sort of smooth things out. We can use the telehandler to do some of it, but I think a silage blade will really help, and maybe get some joules on this tractor. They would be, you know, sort of spread the weight and get things going quite nicely. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of kit and equipment we'll need to pick up in the next month or so to get this all compacted and done as we go into the summer. So I overestimated the last little bit of what we had on that field. 24,521 litres means that we are just shy of 200,000 litres by the looks of things. So we'll get this tipped into here. We may get closer to 300,000. If we get 100,000 off the other field, that would be good. I'm doubting that at the moment. So back that up onto the actual heap. Yeah, we're going to need something to level this out. So we'll see what we have and see what we can do. But that is unloading all of that onto our pile. And all in all, and that's pretty successful silage harvest today. Not bad for a first cut. And yeah, we've got about 200,000 litres in here. So still a way to go. My hope is that we're going to be able to get this done and compact and everything. We'll then sell it towards the end of the summer, and then in the autumn we can do a second round of silage on this, and in the meantime we'll do the hay over the summer. It should be quite good. But that's that's basically it for today. So we're going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.